Welcome to the OAPN Podcast with your host, Adarsh Sakare. No bullshit, no cuts. 100% raw conversations with 0% fucks to give. We don't encourage the consumption of alcohol, but if you want to open up a cold one while you watch this, it's not a bad idea.
Welcome to episode number 118 on a personal note with Adarsh Sakare. On episode number 117, we had the brilliant Nidhi Hegde. We had quite some good stories coming from him, and definitely I think it was one of those names that we felt, Rajat's definitely a marathon runner, here to stay, and it was nice to sit down with him. The episode was more fun than I thought. He was more raw than I thought. So if you haven't watched that, I think we'll be releasing that today. So if you haven't watched it, you should definitely check it out. On that note, before I speak a little more about today's guest, let's say hi to Nidhi Hegde. Hi, Nidhi.
Hi.
Hi, welcome.
Hi.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for calling.
You've been very sweet from the time we reached out to you. So I really appreciate that.
You're being sarcastic.
No, seriously, yeah. Like, I think I have a sarcastic voice. Have I developed like a sarcastic tone?
Because I clearly remember completely ignoring the message you sent because I forgot.
So then imagine what we are going through elsewhere. Imagine if you're calling this sarcastic or whatever, you missed out on replying. No, people have been sweet, but I think you were responsive immediately, at least from when I gave a go ahead. Yeah. On that note, thanks to Sakshi.
Yes. Thank you so much, Sakshi.
Yeah.
For putting me in touch with
Yes. Sakshi made this happen. Sakshi made this connection happen, which was a few months pending because we had tried reaching out and we couldn't make it happen. And then Sakshi came through, and glad to be seated here. So, I was obviously the last 2 days I've been spending a lot of time around how you've gone around your career, and then when I went through your portfolio as well. So for the people, of course, who know Nidhi, great. I'd say, this is a chance for you to get to know a more personal side, of course, of her, which you may not have known before. But for people who don't know her and probably have seen glimpses of her in her latest movies, on the short film she's done, on the advertisement she's done, there was one thing I wanted to call out, and tell me if you agree with this, right? So one thing I'd like to introduce Nidhi as, from what I understand, is her career graph is a pure example of what it means to get things one step at a time.
Yes, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people have like a make or break success, make or break stories. A lot of people don't get anything for the longest time and then they get something and whatever, right? And there are few stories where you'll see it's a literal upward stable, climb. And I was just going through your stuff and I realized, by the way, that's also a trait I feel of people who are here to stay. Yeah. I feel like that type of track record of success happens to people who have like a long journey ahead of them and who are very true to their art. Because there's been a lot of time spent on choosing and shortlisting where you want to be. And I felt your successes have come, but one step at a time. Yeah. But every time you've got it, it's one step ahead. It may not be the biggest jumps, but these jumps are jumps. And little by little, those have accumulated to form wherever you are today, right? So that's what I want to call out. And I think journeys like this speak about two particular things. I think one is pure patience. You don't have an option other than, developing patience, which is what Nidhi has done beautifully. I think the second trait of journeys like this is you need to have pure love for the art form you're in. Because if you don't have pure love for it, you're not going to last. Because those big successes, big names and big productions are not coming to your home tomorrow. It takes a long time. So unless you purely love the art form that you're doing and you admire doing it, it's not possible. So I think those are two traits which kind of
I had never introspected my career this much.
Yeah.
So thank you for putting it out so well.
Yeah. And I really appreciate it and I respect it. So that's why I said I'm excited to have this chat with you, because I think I've been personally a big fan of patience. I think I used to be one of the most impatient people. I wanted everything tomorrow, but pursuing art has really made me patient. Right? It's made me fall in love with what I'm doing, like even with the podcast, right? Anyway, this is not about me. Sorry, I went on that little side note. But I think that's what I respect. I think that's why I'm excited to speak to you. And congrats on all your big successes. Congrats on the movie that's coming out for you.
Thank you.
Which is again a bigger step for you, which we'll talk about in a bit. But yeah, welcome to this episode. Welcome to Nidhi's story. I think it's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun. And yeah, Nidhi, welcome again.
Thank you.
What's going on? If I had to ask you, how's life generally now? If you had to describe it.
It's going on. It's like kya chal raha hai, fuck chal raha hai type. Going on.
All good
All
and
good, yeah.
all good and
Hoping
not so
more,
good.
Yeah,
things.
hoping life is being life.
Life is being life. Life is being life. That's a good way to put it. So it's been how many years now since you started? About 6 years?
Yeah, almost. After graduating, I went to film school to study acting.
Yeah.
So that was somewhere around 2017. So, and then I started, and it was, I think, somewhere 18, 19 where I got into like proper Kannada film industry, where I worked in production houses and all that. But my debut as a lead happened in 22. That was with Dollu.
Yeah. And you got an award for that, right?
Yeah,
Best
the film
ever.
got Best Kannada Film National Award.
Yeah. And that must have been like a stamp of credibility for your, for your work and for your vision and for the people around you. So how was that? How was the responses for that?
Incredible. Like, it's something I still can't believe that, you go ahead, it was something that happened in the pandemic when, I was thinking that, it's come to an end, nothing is happening. And then suddenly on Instagram, I get a message saying, so, we are doing a movie like this and I'm considering you because I've watched your previous work. So would you be interested? And I was like, yes. I didn't know what exactly it's going to become, obviously. But at that point, I was very happy that at least in pandemic, someone is thinking of working. Because, we were all sitting at home. And after a point, crushed. Since you're an actor, most of your job involves being jobless. And so, and then suddenly when you get a job, you're like, this is lovely. So we went for it. It was not like, we went there thinking, we're going to do something really... Obviously, I mean, we go to set thinking we're going to do something great.
You didn't go out there for awards.
Yeah, exactly. And then it happened. So it was a feather on the hat.
Nice. So maybe we just go back a little. Of course, I understand that, a lot of people will expect interviews to be about the films you've done. And we can get to that. But of course, this episode is also about you. And just maybe to start off, what was that first time that you felt, maybe being an actor is something I truly want to consider? Because, let me also tell you this. So I stalked your entire profile right from your first post. Maybe you have about 600 plus posts on your Instagram.
Wow.
And your first, your first 300 posts are just pictures, and I'll tell you what, and this is a compliment for you, I think you have one of the most photogenic faces.
Thank you.
Dude, you should see her pictures when she's maybe 4, 6, 8. You've put out these childhood pictures of hers. Straight photogenic. Like anyone who sees that will know she can become an actress.
Thanks to my dad,
yeah.
I actually, to be very honest, have better portfolio from my childhood than I have right now, because my dad has clicked such beautiful pictures, and every time I look at them, I keep like, why didn't you put me into ads or something? I could have been some Johnson's baby girl or something like that. Like, they didn't do it. It's a regret that I still have.
Yeah, but damn photogenic pictures, candid ones. Thank you. I also want to call out how your portfolio pictures, and I know this is important for actors, your portfolio pictures have also leveled up every single time. right from learning how to pose, or
Yeah.
how aesthetically it's shot, and how even a minimalistic photo shoot can look classy. So how's that journey been for you? Because I could see that learning curve of posing, of looking at the camera, and yeah, how's that journey been for you?
So coming to pictures, like I said, my dad's, I'm his personal muse.
Okay.
I've always been. Now he doesn't do photography much, but like in those times of reels, analog cameras, SLRs, he loved photography, and I have some beautiful pictures. So somewhere I was very comfortable being in front of camera, and I have beautiful pictures. So I just happened to make friends also who are into photography. So every time, like, oh, I'm standing in a good light, they would capture me, or I'm doing this, they would capture me. So I attract such people, I guess, in my life. I don't know.
Okay.
So, and then obviously coming like to the professional part of it, so before becoming an actor, I thought initially, because I used to read in newspapers, when they write for some actor, model turned actor. So I had thought I have to first become a model, and then I can come into acting. I didn't really, because I come from a background with who has nothing to,
There's no film background.
Film background,
Immediate
yeah.
family. Yeah.
Especially like acting. Singing, there are singers in my family.
Yeah.
But acting was something that was very new to all of us. So I didn't know what to do. So I thought I should first be a model, and then I should, then I can venture out into, because everyone was doing that. So I used to in my room, I would lock myself and I would practice all the poses and all. And then when I went in front of the camera, I realized this is so different from what I thought it was. Because the moment you keep a camera in front of me, my first response is I'll smile. And they were like, no, you should have these expressions. Your eyes should be like this. I was like, oh, so there's a lot of work that goes even into this. So that has been a learning. Like with every photo shoot, I think I'm learning something new that, okay, I could not apply here, but I learned something here. This I'll apply in the next one.
Somewhere else.
So somewhere else. So it's an ongoing process. I don't think it's going to end. When it comes to art, I don't think it.
There's no
end to learning. You always learn from your mistakes, or your shortcomings, and then you try to apply it in your next to make it better.
Sure. So let's go back. So where did that acting as an art form inspire you? And we'll start with that.
I genuinely don't know. Like as far as I remember my whole life till now, I always wanted to be an actor.
Okay.
I might not have told it to people around me that, oh, I want to be an actor. But in my head, I was an actor. So it was like, obviously, while growing up, when I was a kid, the first thing, what do you want to be? I want to be a mom, like any kid. And then you start going to school, you're like, what do you want to be? I want to be a teacher. And then what happened? I think somewhere there's a lot of influence of since I'm a 90s kid.
Yeah.
At that point, Aishwarya Rai became Miss World, and then Sushmita Sen became Miss Universe, and Priyanka Chopra also emerged. All of these,
that culture
kind of came up, and I really loved watching that on TV, like them on TV, and I loved watching films. So somewhere all of that kind of came together. And I remember my first audition, Hangama channel had come to my school.
Which year?
So
2000
school, yeah.
Okay.
So in 2003 or 4, I still have the certificate. I don't know why Hangama channel had come to my school. Like they make cartoons.
There was Hangama coming, there was Pogo coming.
Yeah, they were just starting out, and they were coming to school. They had come to school and they had given something to do, and out of that, only few kids were selected. So I was one of the selected kids. So they had called for an audition. So that was my first audition. We don't know for what. They called us, I went. Not like I did any. I have a certificate. They made me, I don't know, I have my handprint on that thing. Thank you for coming for the audition, something. So that was in 2004. So my schooling was all done in Pune. So that was my life's first audition. I danced to It's the Time to Disco. they said, what can you do?
Can you be a more 90s kid than that?
I was just, there was a video cam kept there, and they were like, introduce yourself. I was a third grader or something. I just started going to, my mom had put me into dance.
Okay.
but I was the only person learning Bharatnatyam, and the rest 20 kids were learning Western. So felt so left out. So, and they were all dancing for It's the Time to Disco. So I went to the audition and I remember the steps. So I did It's the Time to Disco. Didn't get selected because I don't know what it was for.
So rejection started early.
Very early. It started with my mom saying no to Western and yes to Bharatanatyam.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
how did that change? Or did it has it changed?
No, she made me learn Bharatanatyam. But I didn't take it up very seriously in life. So.
What about your dad? Was he always pushing you towards art, or what was his idea of Nidhi's life?
Do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want.
Be happy.
So he was all in.
Yeah. He was all in. And for a brief period of time, my dad was working in Singapore, so he lived elsewhere, and we were back in Pune. So it was my mom who had full control over me. So she was like, go to this class, go to that class, go to this. So she tried to, make me do everything, learn everything here and there. And obviously dad was supporting.
Sure. So which cities have you lived in? Where did you do your schooling?
I'm from Sirsi.
Okay.
I was born in Sirsi. But I was taken back to Pune because my parents obviously lived in Pune. My dad was working there.
Okay. That's how you know Marathi.
So my complete schooling has been done in Pune.
Okay.
Till 10th I was in Pune.
And then after that you went to?
We shifted to Bangalore. I went to Christ and then I went to SFS for degree in psychology.
And then you jumped onto your professional film life of studying and pursuing it.
Yes.
While you did your degree in psychology and journalism, what was the thoughts in your head? I mean, what were you thinking of doing next?
This only. It was a very calculated decision that I want to study journalism, psychology and literature because I knew that all these three are somewhere very interconnected with this field. And I love psychology.
Yeah.
And I happen to top the university also.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Bangalore University.
So you're a smart kid or you're just like a nerd?
I think No, I'm not a nerd. My mom used to be like, please study. I'm not a nerd.
So you're a smart
kid. People think I'm a nerd, yeah.
Okay.
That's okay. Smart kid is nice. I'm not a hard worker, I think. I'm the street smart type. I'll find the easy ways out.
Works better.
Yeah. So... No, I really was very interested in psychology. For whatever reason.
Okay.
Because it's something that helps you in daily life, in every department of your life. Especially with acting also. I mean, movies in general.
You understand characters more.
Characters.
Emotions more. Yeah.
And even when you're on set, when you have to deal with people, it's more, you study the person. You're like, okay, so his temperament is like this, I'll react like this. His temperament is like this, I'll react like this. So all of that, it's basically study of human behavior. So
that's why the liking towards it.
Yeah.
And by the way, before I forget, I've been wanting to tell you this. I don't know why I get very Radhika Apte feels from you.
Yeah. Where's Netflix?
I think it's just like yesterday I just realized that I feel like if you and Radhika Apte meet, I think it'll be like
about Pune, I guess.
No, but I think you all are mirror images, dude. Not with the way you look. I think not really looks, but I think from the way you all speak, from the characteristics, I feel there's so much similarity. Like now, even you're sitting here and you're speaking, I'm like, I'm very right about this. And maybe if you do meet up one day, you will call me. I'm waiting
for Netflix to call me then. Please.
They shall.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I think you'd have been a great journalist.
Maybe. I like stalking, like you stalking.
Yeah, well, we're good at our jobs,
Yeah.
So you'd have been good at yours.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty good at mine. At this point, it's become toxic. I'm just toxic. No, let me.
People
but I do
stop coming to your show if you say it's becoming toxic. No, I stalk and it's becoming toxic.
It's not becoming toxic, but I find myself just stalking people now.
It's your job.
I don't even know if I'm going to be interviewing them, but I catch myself like just going through profiles, without any mission anyway. Let's come back. So, you also did these short films, and these short films have had their own career for you. You've done a bunch of them.
Yeah.
You also did these music videos. But what was the first project in all of this that kind of made you feel, hey, you know what? I think this is kickstarted.
The one you couldn't watch.
Oh. Okay. When did that happen? Where did that happen? Why did it happen?
2018.
Okay.
So by then, it's a product of Annapurna College. They have grad films every year. For like it's like the grad films that the students there make. It has to be, the treatment towards the film should be
Okay.
exactly like how you would treat a feature film. Though it's 15 minutes, the quality is always it's top notch. It's the best quality they'll have. And so I joined there, and I also my acting batch, my sir, he was a new sir that we had, Vijay Raghava, my mentor. He pushed all the students for the first time from the institute that no, you all also take part in grad films. So we all went in audition, and I was the first girl to get selected in these grad films.
Okay.
So we made a few then. It was called Arunodayam and Shaisu. They're not released anywhere. But because I did, these people in the institute happened to know me. Okay, so there's this girl called Nidhi. She is into, all this. Because since it's a college, you have people doing bachelors, you have people doing masters, and there are different departments that they're studying in. So you're learning filmmaking just like being in that institute, because you're interacting with so many different people. So these two had happened, and then Kshema, the director of Aprapta, she had seen my work in those previous short films, and she contacted me. She said, so I'm making a short film. I have pitched and it's been selected. I would really like it if you would audition for it. I said, okay, great. So I auditioned, and I got selected, and we shot the whole thing. And it was in that where I met this person called Srinivas. He plays my husband in the film.
Okay.
He was someone who has been ADing here, and now he wants to be a director, but he's a brilliant actor also. So it's through him that, I could come into Kannada film industry.
Wow.
Because I always call him my godfather. I keep embarrassing him saying, you're my
He's my-
godfather.
okay.
Yeah. So because of him, because he knew so many people, he was working on projects. So he would try referring me here, there. I would go audition. If I get selected, I would go ahead. So yeah, he's somewhere been a very big...
Like a mentor.
mentor, yeah, definitely.
Okay. That was also like your first step into the industry.
And because that Aprapta one has traveled so many film festivals, and it got selected in Bangalore International Short Film Festival, and it came second. And because it was in Bangalore, we could go. So I happened to meet a lot more filmmakers over there and interact with them. So that helped in networking as well.
Have you been good at networking?
No.
No? Why not?
You saw, no, you called me, can you come for the interview? I completely forgot. And I'm
So why is
I'm
that?
very bad at
What's happening? Either you're doing something else which is more exciting.
No, I'm a bit of a introverted side. That's why.
You think you're an introvert?
I'm an ambivert.
Okay.
Yeah. But that depends. I behave the way I'm supposed to behave in that situation.
That situation. But can you be an extrovert sometimes?
If needed, with my very close friends, I am.
You are.
Yeah.
So this networking piece, I think, is interesting. So what has worked for you? Has it purely been your work, or has it also been just being at the right places or meeting the right people? What has helped you
It's
the most?
a mix of both, because see, in the end of the day, I will always believe that work will get you work. No matter how close I am with the person, I'm not going to get work
Sure.
because I'm close to that person if my work is bad. No one's because in the end of the day, it's business. People have to invest money. No one wants to buy rotten apples.
Yeah.
You will always want the good ones. So it's a mixture of all that. Like, if your work is good, you have the credibility, and if you meet the right people at the right time, miracles happen. But sometimes maybe you're a good actor, but you're at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Or there's a mix in the permutation combination of that. So luck also plays a major role. So it was like, because of Aprapta, what had happened, so all my work till date has been interconnected with each other. It's like a domino effect, because this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. Yeah, like almost. Like I said, Srinivas, we were rehearsing once, and over there Jai Shankar had come. He's the director of Shivamma that released recently. So he had seen me there. And later, after Aprapta happened, we did a music video called Arivillade with Jai Shankar. He said, I remember we had met, so we did that. And later he found out that, I really love films and all that. And then one day he called and he said, Rishabh Shetty approached me for a short film that he wants me to be a part of in Katha Sangama. What do you think? I was like, go ahead, do it. I'll come as an AD on board. So that's when Lachhava happened. It's the last installment of Katha Sangama. So I worked in that as almost in all departments. Like, I learned a lot about filmmaking through that film. And before all this, Kiran Raj, the director of Charlie, his short film Sagra Sangama, that's part of Katha Sangama, was a part of Bangalore International Film Festival, the same year where Aprapta was being played. So he saw my work there and he called me saying, there's a very tiny role in Charlie 777. If you are up for it, I will cast you. If not, then I'll have to look for actors and I'll audition them. I will not audition because I know you will do it. So like I said, it's all right people at the right time, and work will get you work in the end of the day. That's what I believe.
I think you've touched upon one of the topics I want to discuss today was you've been very comfortable with taking supporting roles. And what I've really failed to understand is, even in the year 2024, how is it that actors push so hard to try to stay away from supporting roles, when purely an actor's career is about learning the craft through the roles you get and looking at every opportunity that comes through, right? So how have you looked at, you yourself mentioned that there's this role which is obviously not the lead actress, but then there's obviously so many other reasons to do it. But how have you looked at it as an actor to take up these supporting roles, if I may say?
For me, it's the story. It's always been being part of a good story, because story stays. Like, it's not always about the character. Like, I keep telling myself, I eat a burger because I like the burger, not because I like the lettuce in it. So,
I always remove the lettuce.
Oh, okay,
lettuce
great.
Doesn't matter in a burger.
Exactly.
Anyway.
So if the burger is good, you want to eat the whole burger, right? So I can't just take up on a role because, the character is so good. So there are so many times that the character is brilliant, the role is brilliant, but the story is bad. So it's not going to help you in any way, because nobody will watch the film if the film is bad. I don't remember as an audience, because see, no matter what I say, the audience feels this. I'm an audience in the end of the day also. All of us are. I don't remember watching a film because I like this character. I've always revisited a film because I really loved
the story,
the film, the story, the whole of
the
it.
whole thing.
Yeah. So for me, being part of good stories is more important than. So now I can say that, I've worked in 777 Charlie. People know 777 Charlie. It's okay in whatever capacity I worked. Same as with Sapta Sagaradaache Ello, and whatever capacity.
How was that for you when that movie did so well? Must have felt like
Yeah, it feels amazing to be, like I said,
And you're
it's
exposed
an
to
honor.
the who's and who of the industry because of that film now. Yeah.
So it's, and to be very honest, I have never chosen any of the scripts that I've gotten so far. I've been lucky that such scripts have come to me. I want to reach a place in life where, I have like 4-5 scripts on my table and I'm choosing which one to do. But as of now, whatever films have happened have purely happened, I think, out of luck, with the kind of films that I've always wanted to do.
Okay.
So there's no point of choosing. So if Paramva comes, like, I get a call from Paramva office and they're like, there's a small role, I'll be the biggest idiot to say no.
No, you'll still take it.
I'm still a beginner. I have to start from somewhere. I can't say no. I will do it because I don't know what it will bring me further. I made friends on this set, so I know the assistant directors will someday make a film. So you never know what will happen where. So there's a lot of calculation, obviously, that goes into why I should do this, why I should not. But
Sure.
so even when it comes to 777 Charlie, I love dogs. I want to be part
Your
of
bio says it.
yeah, exactly. So I was like, yeah, I'm doing a film with dogs. That was awesome. And then I love Rakshit Shetty as an actor. So being a part of his film was another very big deal. So a lot of these things also matter, I guess.
So, how is it being on the sets of Charlie 777? How was it being around Rakshit Shetty? What was that experience like? And I wanted to check, how do you
Fun.
feel about it?
The whole set was fun because Charlie was there.
Yeah.
So I think on the sets of Charlie, the main highlight was Charlie. It doesn't matter if you are whosoever it is, you just look at her. She is the attention, main attention. But I didn't have scenes with Rakshit sir and Charlie. In Sapta I did, and what I really loved is his love for cinema, because especially in the court scene, it was his OTS. Only his shoulder is seen. Anyone could have come and stood instead of him, but he himself came and stood. So, for me, that speaks volumes of what an actor is and how dedicated he is. And there's so much to learn. On the sets of Sapta, I learned a lot of things, especially from Hemant sir also, the way he was directing and the amount of clarity he had. So I have been lucky to work with Hemant sir in this capacity. So I want to work in a larger capacity. Yeah, someday soon, hopefully.
Why do you think Hemant has been so revolutionary for the industry now?
With the kind of stories he's been telling, he's not stuck to one particular genre, I feel. And I feel he gives writing a lot of importance that, we see is not very much there in other films. Like for him, the way he builds a scene, you remember them even after so many years, be it with Godi Banna or Kavaludari or now with Sapta Sagara. You remember the scenes intact.
So well.
Like especially in Godi Banna, the Pushpa scene or
It's unforgettable.
It's unforgettable. Or the scene where the only time the father and son talk was about cricket and then the current goes. The way he designs certain scenes are so beautiful. They stay with you. So I guess that's why he is staying with people for a longer time.
Longer time. Is there always a pressure when you get an opportunity from a bigger production? Or have you passed that stage of saying,
I think
this is
No. These were for, I don't know actually.
I mean, do you get nervous on sets? I think that's what I want to know.
Before they say action, yes. The moment they say action, I'm comfortable.
Okay. And
before they say action, I'm like very jittery, like, oh no, I don't know if I'll be able to do this, if I'll be able to do that. But after that director comes and briefs you exactly what he wants, so it's like, okay, so this is what I'm supposed to do. So that's a relief.
So are you an actor who waits for acknowledgement of people on the set, or you know what you've done, and if your director's happy,
If the director's happy, I'm happy. I don't check the monitor also.
Oh, you don't?
It's weird. I like seeing the final output of how it has come. If the director is happy, I'm happy. Because in the end of the day, it's the director's vision. And
Sure.
if he felt it was okay, it's okay.
In the early stages of an actor's career, I think every actor starts to get associated with some character traits on screen, or say a character sketch or a type of personality. Has that happened with you by any chance?
You mean
what have-
typecasting, right?
Yeah. What have those been for you?
It has been like, madam, now award film martidivi bartira. I don't understand how you all already gotten the award. Like, what are you calling me for?
Award film martidivi.
Yeah, award film martidivi. I'm like, Bandbarta award.
This is a
What does it
business.
mean? Then people think I'm a very I like only artsy kind of films. I know I love commercial films. I'm waiting to do a proper commercial film.
It's also because of the work you have done.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
Answering
you
to your
can't blame
question.
them, no?
That's what I'm saying. That answers your question that you asked about typecasting. So
It's because of that.
because of the work I've done so far, people think that okay, this is tumba performance oriented role, madam. I'm like, okay, ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಇದು ಅದು. Then
there's also this. I mean, this is what I felt like. One of the other traits was relatability level has to be very high with your characters. Like people should be able to connect. You can't be bigger than life, you know. So for you to eventually play a role that's larger than life kind of role, it's going to be very hard for people to see you like that.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. But I think it's nice. At the end of the day, I feel all these pockets that people put actors in also give you the opportunities, right? I mean, there's a reason why these opportunities have also come. Because maybe you fit those pockets. And that's why
sometimes you have to take a step back and say, okay, stop.
Okay.
Like, I'm done with doing these kind of roles. I want to try something else. So that's where I think in your career, a break will come because maybe people are not thinking of you in that bracket like you're saying. They only think of me in this one. So rewiring has to be done.
What was one of the, I think over the last 40-45 minutes, we have also spoken about how you've been patient and how rejection is not new to you. What was one of those projects or one of those times when it was a rejection you couldn't kind of handle, or it was you wanted something but it didn't come through?
I won't name the project,
sure.
but so the audition was done on a video call, and they told me I was selected. Everything was finalized, and the actor I was supposed to work with, it's not a Kannada film, was a very big actor and someone whom I really, really admire. And I stayed with it for like some solid 6 to 8 months.
After the audition?
After the audition. They had told me I'm selected, but the shoot was in December.
It hadn't hit the floor yet?
Yeah, it hadn't hit the floor yet. They were still in the casting process. And it was in May or something, they did the audition and they told me within a week or two that I'm selected and everything was done. The pay was talked about, the costumes were spoken of, everything was spoken of. I was told this is the scene, this is the scene. And then like 2 weeks or something before the project, my dates were also blocked. And before, like, they called me like, what's your age? I'm like, okay. I'm this age. They kept the call and then I'm like, I think I know what this is. I'm like, shit. And then again they called. They're like, listen, so the thing is, you were paired with this person. He was young, but the production house wants to replace that person with an elder person. So now you both are looking like father and daughter. So because that person is replaced, we'll have to replace you.
Do you think that was a genuine reason?
Yeah, after I saw the film, I felt,
okay.
But
You
I
never
really wish I had done that project. especially like I was with it for like some solid 6-7 months, and then suddenly they're like, what's your age, what's your height, that kind of
Does it still prick you somewhere?
sometimes.
Does it seem like you missed the bus a little there? Yeah.
There was one more project like that had happened.
What happened there?
There they called me to the shoot immediately, like overnight, and I was down with viral fever.
Oh,
and I
shit.
said I can't. The dates were given sometime later, but then they were like, the actor doesn't have the dates at that time, so we need you to fly down immediately. I'm like, I can't, because the pandemic was still ongoing, and with fever, obviously if I would have traveled, I would not have been allowed. So overnight, that again was a project I was preparing for some like 6-7 months. It's doing well now. So when I look at those, I'm like, oh shit, okay.
So this is a movie that's currently doing very well.
Yeah, it's a series that's been doing well.
Okay. So there have been, we can't call it missed opportunities. I think
once I was replaced because I was taller than the person I was supposed to act with. I'm like, but he plays my father. They were like, you can't be taller than him. Like, what do I do? Cut my legs or something? Like, what do you expect me to do? So yeah, there have been rejections and such. But the other two really kind of, like I wish I had done that.
It still stays with you that
It will.
it'll for quite some time. I think it'll come around. In this phase of you missing these one or two things for whatever reasons, of course, there are other actresses who would have filled those shoes, and now you have met so many. How's your rapport with others, and what do other successes make you feel now, and how have you learned to deal with that?
I have understood that everyone has their own timeline and their own journey. In the same tree, no two leaf look the same or are of the same size. So it's like that. Like, for example, I have two very wonderful friends from the industry. One is Radhya, the other is Chaitra Achar.
Okay.
And both of them are doing really well, and it makes me feel very proud that like I know them, like I've seen them from scratch, and now they're doing so well in life. So it's also inspiring, and it's motivating, and it's very, obviously you feel proud when you see your friends do well. Yeah.
But how do you deal with is there comparison? I think that's what I want to ask.
No, if there is one character, only one person can play it. Two people can't play it, so there's no point fighting over anything else. So I believe if the character belongs to you, it will come to you at any cost. At any cost, it will. Like the whole Shah Rukh Khan speech of अगर किसी चीज को चाहो तो पूरी कायनात तुम्हें उससे मिलाने की साजिश में लग जाती है, that one. So there's no comparison. It's she's doing a project, I'm doing a project. It's all nice. We're happy, we're all busy and working.
Yeah, I think it's not just with acting, right? The whole comparison bit in any art form for anyone, you have to learn to do away with it as early as possible, because the more you're in that, you don't get to focus, and you need to realize that people have their own journeys. The more you make peace with it, the more you'll have time and energy to just get on with your things.
Yes, definitely.
And sometimes I feel the opportunities we miss, it's good we miss them, I feel sometimes.
Yeah, it happens for a reason.
Yeah.
It's nice when we know the reason. I'm waiting to know the reason.
Over this current one?
Yeah, for whatever. I would like to know. But everything happens for a reason.
So when's this new movie of yours coming out?
Hopefully soon. We don't have a fixed date yet.
It's Ravana
Rajyadalli Navadampatigalu.
Okay. What does that mean?
What do you think it means?
No, I didn't understand the third word.
Navadampati, newlywed.
Okay.
Newly wedded couple in the
issues
in the
current
world.
How was it shooting that?
it was fun. Like, it was so far, like, all the films I've done as lead, all of them
See,
were
again,
short
very artsy type. Very...
hai na? Yeah.
Which is good, yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
But the problem is, people saw the poster like it looks such a Tamil film, na? I'm like, what's your issue? Now we're making a Kannada film. Why are you telling me it looks like a Tamil film?
Shit, actually it does. it does. I don't know why.
It looks like a Tamil film, na? I'm like, okay, if you felt that, okay, I don't know. It's a Kannada film.
Yeah.
People keep saying make films like this, that. We're making a Kannada film.
But I think this is
that
a very...
you want to comment on.
This is nice because it's yet another attempt of the Kannada film industry stepping out of the usual and trying something new. I think people really like it. It'll be very relatable as well.
I really hope so. But it's very nice if people just watch the film. Oh, it's a Kannada film. Let's go watch. I don't like when I can't talk on behalf of them. It looks like a Tamil film. Let's go watch. That's a bit, why compare?
Yeah.
Why
Don't tag it.
Yeah. It's, we're making something just, if you like it, please come watch it. If you find it appealing enough to watch, please watch it. It's like that, yeah.
Do we have a date? We don't have a date. This year, next year, do we know? Are we allowed to speak about it?
Hopefully this year.
And how are you feeling about it?
I'm nervous. Let's see. People, I don't know how. It was a very cute character that, I play in that. But when I say cute, it's not the bubbly cute. She's a very naive papa person in the world of this cruelty. So it was fun playing that role.
You have chosen your words very wisely today. Is there a reason, or you just
I'm always like this. I'm a very diplomatic person. Yeah.
Because it's so easy for me to sit here and know that you're choosing your words very wisely, which I appreciate, which is required, and maybe eventually we'll be able to go through.
I'm not giving you clickbaits, no?
No, that's fine. I don't want clickbaits, but see, after doing this so many times, I also know how far someone is willing to come. So I understand. That's why I asked you. Are you generally very picky with what you say?
I'm picky with my films only.
Are you
Being a
serious?
struggling actor. My friend keeps saying you're the most pickiest struggling actor that I've seen.
So you overanalyze things?
Yeah, I'm an overthinker.
Yeah? Everything about yourself?
About somebody else's life also that I have nothing to do with, I'll overthink about them. Like,
so very entertaining in your head then.
Yeah, sure. It's a roller coaster sometimes. Yeah, I'll have stupid thoughts like, why did Deepika Padukone do this? Like, she should not have done that. Nothing to do with my life. I don't think even she is bothered, but I am bothered about it. So it's art of joblessness.
Because very rarely I sit here and I feel I'm in the limelight. Today I feel I'm in the limelight because I know she's analyzing this conversation as we speak.
I told you, no? I'm a university rank holder in psychology.
Wow, this turned very quickly. Huh? Now I'm feeling a little nervous. Anyway, it's nice. I like that you're very aware of all these missed opportunities and what you feel about them and what's this career graph. Is it important today? Does it still exist in the Kannada film industry that, this whole nepotism thing, does it exist in the film industry today? If not nepotism, at least, I also feel like every industry has this core circle of people. And if you belong to that circle, then Okay. And the circle keeps changing, of course, every few years. There's a different circle that's controlling the whole scene. If you're attached to that circle, then it's good. Does that scene exist?
Maybe it does, but see, in the end of the day, the audience gives you the result.
Okay.
Even if someone is a Nepo kid, they might get 3 films. Whereas I might be struggling to get a single film, but it again depends on how, like that famous thing that Siddhant Chaturvedi said in Ki struggle wahan shuru hoti hai jahan hamari khatam hoti hai.
Wow, that was,
so for us, it's getting the film. For them, for Nepo kids, it's like they've gotten the films, now they have to prove their feet that no, we are good. So it's a whole different struggle for them.
Yeah.
No, the people should like us for the art that we're doing. People should not like us because, They should not judge us. So I'm not saying even nepotism, it comes with its own cost, obviously. They have their struggles, we have our struggles. Our struggle is, oh yeah, we cracked the audition, I have proved I can act, so now my job is to act. For them, maybe it's, oh, I got the film, now I have to act and people should like me. So it's, struggle is there. Struggle is constant, I feel. No matter how you get the project, like I said, in the end of the day, if you're good at your work, you're here to stay. If not, every Friday, audience will give you your report card. If you're good enough or not, irrespective of whose daughter you are, whatever you are, the audience will always be non-biased and
I think that's a real deal. I think audience is very clever. Audience gets sick. Sometimes we think what we are creating is bigger than the audience. It's not. Audience gets sick. You put up the show, audience as a collective will exactly place you where you need to be placed. There is no two ways about it. If you're thinking any other way, you're just delusional. That's pretty much it.
If you think you're above the audience, your film is more likely to fail, to be very honest. But so the audience is never wrong.
Currently, how has it been with getting opportunities? And
it's, I think right now maybe the industry is in a bit of a lull, like not much.
Reason being?
I am not aware of the reasons. I'm just worried about why I'm not getting the calls. I don't know the reasons. I'm not that much of an insider. That's why. So I'm just like, let's see, maybe something will happen. I thought I'll get calls after Shakhahaari because it made a good. Made some sound.
Even the trailer was really like, it's top class stuff. It doesn't get better than that.
But again, through that I understood, okay, it's not always only if you're associated with very good films you will get more work. There's something more that is required. I'm yet to figure out what that is. So it's a constant journey of, okay, what am I doing wrong that, things are not going right in my life? It's a journey to figure that out.
Have you been optimistic about other languages as well?
Yes, I had actually done a film. So in Telugu, it's called Sukhi Bhava, but we didn't have a good release because we were slapped with pandemic on the face. So it didn't
do the numbers.
Didn't release. It was a direct OTT release, and then they put it out in YouTube without any marketing and all that. So, but there are very few people, at least in the Telugu industry, who know about it, like who have heard about it. So that's peace. But I have been like, both the languages, both the films that I told you about that I lost opportunities were from other languages only. They were not from Kannada.
Oh, can you tell us off camera later? Okay.
When we step outside the room and I know there's no equipment here, I'll tell you.
Wow, dude. You're really... Anyway. So much prep she's done and come. Anyway.
My career is... I love my career. I'm telling you, I love my career.
She's like a scientist at work. She has this pen in her ear. We're taking one step at a time. So I was true about your career, one step at a time. Fully analyzed, one step at a time.
Very calculative.
Very calculative. That's the word. So what is languages? So you said these missed opportunities were also from other languages, but what are the languages you really would want to?
Hindi.
Okay.
I'm grown up in Pune, so Bollywood was a huge part of my upbringing, and obviously I would love, because I'm very comfortable also in Hindi. I would love to do a film in Hindi. I would love to try Marathi as well, because I'm fluent to an extent in Marathi. I think all languages, like whichever, if the story is good, I will by heart the dialogues, and you tell me how to tell it, I'll do it. The story should be good, that's all. Languages are not a barrier anymore. So
But are there opportunities? I mean, in Bangalore, I'm saying especially for say Telugu movies or Hindi movies.
You have to be there only, I feel. You have to like either go to Hyderabad and stay, go to Bombay and stay.
Have you done the Mumbai scene sometime?
No.
Have you been there? Have you gone there?
No.
Tried to explore? Not yet. Do you plan to?
I want to. I want money for that. 'Cause,
It's as simple as that.
yeah. So to explore that, to have that, no, let me just stay here. Like the bhada only over there is like some very good.
It's not going to be easy.
It's not going to be easy. So, but I think because of the whole pandemic situation, it had its own boons. Like a lot of casting nowadays is happening online.
Online, yeah.
So you just have to submit your profile to all these casting agencies and they have it in their database. So if you fit the bill, they call you up and
Sure.
then you take it further. So now it's not really like you have to be there only to do something, but maybe it helps better if you are there.
Let's hope for the best.
Yes.
Now talking about money, because you brought it up.
Shit.
How's the negotiations been? Are you? I mean, do you negotiate first of all? Does that happen, or is it like, boss, this is what we're ready to pay you? Does this work or does it not work?
See, half the time it doesn't work with me, but there's no choice.
They say this is the deal
This is the deal.
on the table.
Do it, you leave it. It's like no. Yeah. You need to have that extreme commercial success to be someone that you can make the demand.
Yeah. Or else it's price they quote.
No, I can't throw, my film has won a national award, my films have traveled so many. None of them work. It's the box office number that will talk in the end. But has your film made the money? And I'm like, they're like, then take this much. That's all.
So you work with an agency, you work by yourself? How does this work?
By myself. In Canada, we don't really have, that's one of the issue here. There are not many, there's barely any casting
Agencies.
directors.
Like a structured way to go through with
There's no
it.
structure for a casting that happens. It's usually the assistant directors who will come, who will audition, who will sit
They
at
call
the
their
audition.
circle of people
They call
and
their
spread
circle
the
of
word
people.
and-
Yeah.
Why do you think? I mean, surprising for such a large industry.
Yeah, it's sad also that so many people are missing out on the opportunities.
Yeah.
And it's usually like that. If you know someone, please send a number. If you know, but there's no proper structure for the casting is here. Like I wish it happens someday. Then it's easier for them also they'll have a database, just go through them, see if this actor fits here or there.
Sure.
So much of headache is gone for them.
Yeah, I think that's a real requirement.
It is
I really hope that Bangalore has this structured way of getting in people, auditioning people, putting out the opportunities, details of these opportunities. But yeah, I guess
because then it
take
becomes
time.
easier also to talk with the casting director about the commercials.
Yeah.
They will know the structure of it, how much you get, how much they take.
Yeah.
You're not directly involved in it. Otherwise, it becomes a very messy scene when you directly have to talk to the producer. Or
Yeah, and usually these
director.
opportunities have come because there's someone who's referred you,
Yeah.
and that someone knows this someone very well, and now you don't want to sound like a
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. So
Yeah.
it's it
But
becomes a bit messy when you have to do the money dealing directly with the producer or the director, because it's you might have a very good rapport, but because of that one the money matter, a lot of things can fall apart.
But has it taken care of you? Like in whatever they've paid for these projects? Or are you saying it could have been much better?
Could have been much better.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's could have been much better, yeah.
And do you discuss these things with fellow actresses and
Yeah, we do. Sometimes we do talk about it. Like, hey, listen, do you think this is fair enough for so much of effort that I'm putting? And then like we are like, okay, maybe not. This is not it's not a fair negotiation that's happening. And then we try to have the negotiation. Like, it works. It depends.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in terms of, say, in terms of being a lead actor in a movie, does the remuneration change if the movie does very well, or whatever is agreed on
You have to do that way beforehand. Like, if you have agreed for something like share basis, then that has to be spoken of way before the
Much
film
earlier.
has released, not after. If it's after, I don't think they will care to pay you. It has to be done before.
Sure.
Yeah.
And like, in terms of, say, having like a smaller role or being a supporting actor, at that time, how does it work? Do you get like a 50% advance, or
No, it's per day.
it's per day?
Per day.
They pay you per day, so you get paid at the end of the day.
That will come anytime, but the day is counted as
So they give you shoot days.
shoot day. So according to the shoot day,
You get a rate for that.
you get a rate for that.
And once you agree, and then they clear the payment.
Whenever possible.
Yeah. No, because like the reason I'm asking you this is because, like, I'm sure, like, if someone's watching who has no idea about all of this, I think it'll definitely help. And I've never asked anyone this, but
There's no union, I think, here for actors.
See,
Like,
that's
in
the
a lot
other
of,
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of other film industries do have a union for actors. So here, there's a lot of improvement that can be done.
Yeah. There's a lot of exploitation also.
Sometimes, yeah.
You don't want to take the word exploitation. You're saying union should be there.
We don't call it, in industry terms, it's called exposure. It's not exploitation, it's the word is exposure. Do this, you'll get exposure. Yeah, I've tanned because of so much exposure to so many things over the years. So much exposure has happened. So yeah, it's not exploitation. It's like I said, let's be positive. Let's use synonyms.
I feel the episode started now.
Yeah.
This first 1 hour was all a warm up and what she wants to show her directors and producers.
Correct.
We'll release 2 episodes. This one we'll finish it here. We'll do another one now. And now we'll bitch about all the people who fucked
Sure.
up
And then
with like everything.
I sit at home like I'm sitting. I'll come here like, do you have any work? Like, can I adjust the mic?
Tell me about a day that went wrong on set.
How many do I tell? So many, like, especially
Something you were like, dude, what the hell is this?
some days you're called on set and you didn't even have a shot. You're sitting there with makeup and hair and everything, and then you go back. And there have been instances where the first problem here is there are very less females on set.
Always.
Always. And every time, at least I work as a lead, the only demand I make is, can you please make sure there is a female on set? They're like, no, we are safe only. I'm like, don't brag about it. It's not something you brag about. Like, you have to be safe. What do you mean?
Not an achievement.
Yeah, not an achievement. Like, okay, fine. You all are safe. Very good for you. But I need a female on set. They're like, no, bed alva. I'm like, Navidi wala. I'm like, nang sire odistira, sir. What will you do if I have to do something?
Yeah.
Like, what if I'm not feeling well? I got my period. I want to talk to someone. There are so many
You
things.
need help, yeah.
I need to pin my dress. I need help. I need a... okay. Then they will get randomly someone who has nothing to do with the film. She won't even know where to be present at what time. So that happens. And sometimes there have been instances where I've worked where there was no caravan.
Wow.
I'm not asking. Caravan is a luxury. Agreed. There was no toilet.
Oh my
There was
God.
no changing room. I've been asked to, madam, can you just pee behind the tree? Can you change your clothes behind a tree? So these are all not very lovely days of my life.
Crazy, And I'm sure everyone sees it.
Exactly.
They don't speak about it.
They say we're all very safe people. Don't worry. I'm like, I am not comfortable.
Yeah. And then when you state that, you become the bad person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't even say anything because then the people on set start talking. They're like,
They
oh,
think
she
that
throws tantrums.
You're too high maintenance.
Yeah, I'm too high maintenance because, oh my God, I needed a washroom when I wanted to pee. Oh my God, what a demand. So it's like that. And I remember at a set, they wanted me to wear the sari and they were so particular with the pleats. Now, I am not a professional draper.
Got it.
I can drape a sari normally. I can't make those perfect pleats. I'm like, so then where's the lady assistant or someone? Illa. So what do you want me to? We thought you knew how to drape a sari. I'm like, how can you assume certain things like these when you're so particular about something? Then I think I was standing in a petticoat and a blouse and two men were draping me.
Oh my
So nobody
God.
really talks about such things of why a woman is necessary on a set.
Yeah.
Because you never know when you will need her for and for what. People just take it as a luxury that, oh no, if you hire a female assistant or a assistant director who's a female, oh, you have to
Doesn't
take
cost
care.
much.
Doesn't cost much, but
Yeah.
for them, they think it's a very big, heavy number, probably. It's like that.
The reason I asked you that is because, like, even whoever you call like A-listers of the industry today, they go through shit even today. Like, even actresses, take the biggest of the names, I'm sure they go through shit on stage.
They do.
And they just don't talk about it because they don't want to, be the ones talking about that part of the industry. But it's so important because there are a lot of people struggling because of that. And early on, you see all this shit, you get freaked out. You're like, dude, how will I manage? How will I climb? It just makes the journey harder unnecessarily.
And then you get used to it, and then suddenly that you'll go to a set where everything is normal and you're like so overwhelmed, like I have a place where I can change a room and nobody's going to see. All that starts feeling like, oh, they're doing so much for me. And then I have to tell myself that, no, Nidhi, this is normal. This is how things are supposed to be. It's just that you're being deprived of it. So
So you've seen the grind very closely.
Yeah.
It's not like you had like this pampered journey through the filmmaking scene. You've seen the sides of it. And today, like, when you are, say, selecting a script or say, waiting for a new movie or you're getting a call, like, what is one thing that's on your priority list?
Are you sure you're releasing the film? Please tell me this film is going to be a theatrical release. Because earlier it was like, I used to be like, this film is happening or not. I used to be very skeptical until my first shot. So when the first shot was done, I'm like, acha chalo, this film is really happening. And then new fear was unlocked. I'm like, one schedule is over. Will we go for another schedule or not? So that was another fear. And then now I've done so many films, none of them are releasing. People have kept it in their house. My first thing, I don't know what they do with it also. And and they're just...
I'm not the one being sarcastic today, Nidhi.
So it's now my major concern is, so are you all looking for theatrical release? Is it a commercial film? Then yes, I will do it. Because I have done my share of award films, like whatever they call
Award
it. Films. I've done my share. I've seen how that works. So now I would really like I wanted to always see myself in the silver screen.
Yeah.
And now if you're not releasing the film, what am I doing? So yeah.
How do you feel in terms of how much, time some of these things take? I always feel like, being a 90s kid myself, I used to think by the time I hit 30, things would have been very different. And they are different, but not as much as I thought. And I think it's a very 90s kids trait. I think a lot of us who our 90s kids were born in say 92 to say 96, that window, the people who pursued art from that window, things didn't come easy for us because we also chased art in the transformative years of it, right? The art we learned versus the art that's working are two different things right now, which is why success has been delayed for a lot of us. Because now at 30, I sit here and I have to learn from the 21-year-olds who come here, who I've worked 9 years longer than them. With so much of experience, so much of effort, but I'm still sitting here and I'm put in a place where now I'm learning, like, how do I make these reels, and
I still don't know how to. I will never understand.
We'll make it for you. We'll make it for you. I know it's.
I
really
don't understand Snapchat. Like, I don't know. I deleted the app because I didn't know how to use it. Like, I want to send a picture, I'll send it to you, on WhatsApp or somewhere. Why am I using Snapchat for that? But yeah, I understand what you're saying. Like, suddenly when the whole transition, like Instagram became a portfolio for every actor, suddenly. Like, when I started out, nobody cared about Instagram or nobody cared about the pictures we put out on Instagram. So, like, the mostly pictures I used to put of trees and birds and some random stuff. And then suddenly it became about, oh, you need to have followers. Oh, you don't have a blue tick. Oh, this, that. So it's a very different ball game right now.
It is. And you have no option. You have no option.
No option.
Like, I know of actors who are amazing, but because of the lack of social presence, they haven't got the opportunities that maybe some of their peers are getting. Today, if you have like a 300-400K solid follower base, chances of your audition converting is higher. I mean,
but
that's
again, there's no guarantee that those 300-400K people will come to the theatre when the film releases. There is no guarantee to that.
But that's how some of the producers are working, no?
Yeah, exactly. That's become a problem that you need to have followers. They will see, oh, you have made a reel. How much has the reel? How many views does it have? So it's become a very, very difficult.
It doesn't feel that nice.
It does. It's not.
And you are also having to do more work now promoting your stuff. When that was never an actor's job. An actor's job was to act. Now an actor also has to be a good promoter.
They have to be relevant to whatever is happening in the current scenario. It's
like, I'll ask you one very simple thing, right? Your latest post has 5 collaborators. And by the way, I also like psychology, okay? I just wanted to tell you. So I also I do a little bit of analysis myself. So I can tell that post where you have like 4-5 other collaborators, all this is not, you don't want to do this.
Yeah, but I have to.
You have to.
I don't think I want it on my feed, but I have to put it on my feed.
You have to put it on your feed. If you don't, it's an issue. And then you have to add all these people, you speak the right way. If the post doesn't do well, there are other conversations that start happening. Can you believe a post has the ability for an entire set to feel positive or negative today?
Exactly. Instagram has its own bone and bane.
Yeah. But do you plan to work on your social media, or you're like, fuck this shit, I'll do my shit. Like, I'll do my work, and if it speaks, it speaks.
It's both. When I'm very pumped up in my life, I'm like, no, I will prove it with my work. That day, it's fuck this shit. The other days, I'm like, no, I think I really have to do something. I have to up my game. Otherwise, nobody is like really noticing me. Not that I do anything about it, but I have those thoughts.
On some days, you're showing your wardrobe to your audience. I saw that reel.
See?
Good attempt.
Like I said, it's my work link. My wardrobe.
It's your work link. But how's life otherwise for you? Apart from films, what do you do in your free time? What do you like doing? How do you like spending your free time?
I read. I read a lot. I feel as an actor, they should always read a lot. Nowadays, it's become a bit less. I'm having a reader's block, I guess. But reading really helps. Watch something. Keep yourself busy and engaged in doing something random
Sure.
like that. I have my dogs, I play with them.
You stay by yourself or
No, with my family.
with your family?
Yeah.
And you have siblings?
I have an elder brother.
What does he do?
He has a business.
Okay. Do they does the family give you advice on your films and
Yeah, they think
How
it's
they-
like a corporate setting, and I'm tired of explaining there's nothing professional that happens in that whole film set.
what do you mean they think it's a problem?
They feel it's like it's a proper, people should know what they're supposed to do. Otherwise, why are they hiring
Roles and
them? Like, I
responsibilities.
really wish it was like that, but it's not. So they don't understand when I say something about the film set.
Sure.
So I've given up trying to explain. I'm like, come with me to the set. They're like, what will I do coming there?
Oh, they have not come with you to the set yet.
What will they do? Like, literally, what will they do
Yeah.
if I take them to the film set? They have to just wait with me.
I mean, some actresses
They prefer
you know,
taking.
yeah, always. I mean, I've known of people who
My
Go for-
parents are such who can't sit at one place even for a minute. They have to be busy doing something. So if I go take them to a film set where all they have to do is sit, they will go mad. They will completely lose it. So
it's better not
it's
to.
better not to take them there. Yeah. They
What
can
about
come
you?
pick me up or something after the pack up, but don't have to stay there. No, my brother and again I have a sister-in-law.
Okay.
They're both working, so also they're always busy. So I don't expect them to just come watch my film. Share it with your friends when I send the link. Do these things, I'm happy. Just, yeah.
How was it taking them to the theaters and making them watch you on the screen? Yeah.
Yeah, they are not very expressive, my parents.
Wow.
They'll see, yeah, it's a good film. They'll go talk to all other actors that, oh, you have done a wonderful job. I'm standing right there. They're not even coming and telling me because they're not very expressive. But they enjoy premiere shows whenever I've taken them.
Star-studded.
Yeah.
What about your friends?
My friends, all my school friends are my friends. They all stay abroad, here and
Okay.
there, here
Wow.
and there. So my other friends are from the industry friends.
Okay.
They are all very supportive. They obviously come for whatever event that I call them to, especially Radhya. She herself being an actor,
Okay.
she is one of my pillar of strength.
Sure.
Yeah.
What are some of those personalities you want to work with at some point of your life? Who are some of those actors that
Actors or directors?
actors?
Actors.
That you wanna share screen
so
with?
many.
Give me 3.
Oh, small number.
3 extremely big.
Anant Nag sir.
Okay,
First,
amazing.
definitely. I want to know. I want to see him up close, like how he is when he acts. You've already seen him on screen, but it's a different vibe when I would love to work with Amitabh Bachchan. Maybe it's a far friend. I don't know, but I hope it happens.
Timeless.
Yes. And there are so many actors I want to work with. I would have loved to work with, I really wanted to work with Irfan sir. But yeah, unfortunately,
Yeah.
yeah.
What about other actresses who you
I want to
really-
work with my friends who I keep talking about. I want to work with Chaitra. We keep discussing, like, I really wish there comes a project where both of
Very
us are
possible.
there in it. Yeah, like, if there's a normal chick flick. I want to work with Radhya, like I said. I would love to work with Rukmini Vasant. All of these lovely actresses.
I think Rukmini's story has been pretty awesome too.
Yes.
It was nice to see a fresh face garner so much popularity. What do you think worked? Why do you think it went?
She acted beautifully. That's what worked. She's a beautiful actress. The way she blended into the character of Priya, it's very difficult to separate Rukmini from Priya right now because she was so incredible in that character. So
Yeah, and when I watched the interviews, so when I watched the movie, I felt, yeah, this is probably her.
her.
But when I watched the interviews, I realized,
She's
no,
so
dude,
different.
she's really like honed this character so well that you thought that it's her. She's not. There's so many traits of her that wasn't part of Priya.
Yeah.
Which was really nice to see. But I think there is this wave in the Kannada film industry. It's a positive one. I know there's a lot of debate on the things that are not going well, but I also feel that's because it's a start of a new beginning. I feel like it is a new wave of filmmaking. It is a new wave of people. It's a new wave of courageous people trying new things. I think both actors and actresses, at least a part of them, have said, you know what, I'm ready to try anything now. Just give me anything, because it's long pending that we, face the fact that we gotta change a few things around. And there's so much to do. There's so many stories that the film industry hasn't told.
Yeah.
And it's really time for that.
Especially last year was a great year for female actresses. There were so many powerful performances by Rukmini in Sapta Sagaradaache and Chaitra in Toby and Sapta Sagaradaache, and there was Siri Ravi Kumar, who was really beautiful in Swati Muthu. So there were all these beautiful actresses who played really powerful characters on screen, women, which I think it had been a long due that we had seen powerful women characters on screen. So it was really lovely last year to watch people writing for women.
It's good. It's a good change.
It's a good change, definitely.
It's a good wave.
Definitely.
For you, when... Sorry, you were saying...
No.
For you, when you've seen yourself on screen, are you happy with it?
It's always cringe. I'm like, oh, why have I done that? I wish I had done this. But I think that's something you have to accept and live with. That as an actor, you always feel... art especially, that there's always room for improvement. Oh shit, I should have done this. Because when I'm acting in that moment. I'm doing whatever the experience I had in that moment till then.
Sure.
And when I watch it a few months later, I've changed somewhere as a person and something new I have learned. And at that point I feel, I should have approached that in this way. So that constantly will be there in your head, but you have to make peace with it that no, you did what was right for that moment. So it's okay.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
You did what you could.
Yes.
You can change something, do it going
Director
forward.
okayed it, so it's not on me. So but I'm not saying it's completely cringe. It's always overwhelming to see myself on screen. Like, I can't believe, like, oh shit, I'm actually there. Because I've dreamt of being an actor since I was a kid, and then when I see myself there, I'm like, oh shit, that's really me. And then after the film also happens, I have this problem where nobody recognizes me.
Why do you think that happens?
I'm like convincing myself while watching, oh, it's me, and then I'm convincing others also that's me.
Is it because your look has changed that much on screen? No, but you look pretty similar to...
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have to always... I'm that girl in that film. I'm always explaining. We had gone for a film with my friends and I. So obviously, very naturally, my friends were...
Or is it because you tie up your hair in your rolls and you leave it open most of the time?
Maybe. I wear glasses otherwise. So
It's, I think, one of these things.
Especially after Shakhahaari, I think I had curly hair. When we went for theatre visits, I was clicking pictures for them. They would just come like, ma'am, one photo togotira. I'm like, okay. I'm there in the film. And then Vinay, the lead, he was sweet enough to notice. Sweet enough to notice that, okay, no one's actually recognizing her. So the moment people gave me the phone to photo togotira, he said, Yule Saugandhika, she played that character. Then we're like, oh, okay, you also join us in the selfie. A lot of people
I think it's about the look.
Maybe.
Then you need to start dressing up as the character.
What's the point? What's the point? People...
Yeah, you'd want to be like...
Yeah, I want to look...
How you want to look. Yeah. Not
because like I said, we were watching a
painful,
film.
Yeah, what you just said.
Yeah, nobody recognizes. My friends thought initially, she was also like, no, Nidhi, you look the same. And then she experienced it, like firsthand that, oh yeah, people don't actually believe that. I remember I'd gone to some college for an event and I'm sitting beside the person who's organized, who's called me. She's like, "What was your latest film?" I'm like, "Shakhahaari." She's like, "No, Nidhi. Which character did you play?" I'm like, "Arre? What do you mean, which character did you play? How many female were there in the film, first of all?" I'm like, "That was me." She's like, "No." I'm like, "Why would I lie?" Like, "No, you look different." I'm like, "Okay, maybe I do." Because like we were watching a film and my friends were busy embarrassing me, hooting and screaming and all that. And the film got over. This was like a normal show that we had gone to, and me and my friends, we just got up after the film was done, and one lady was sitting beside me. She asked my friend, "Nim friend act madidara ee film alli yaru?" I'm standing right there. I'm like, just turn your head like this. This is me who acted. So I take it as a compliment for the longest. Maybe I'm looking like the character, so people are not recognizing me. But nowadays it's like, what am I doing with my life? I'm playing all these characters and nobody recognizes. What is this?
You're under the radar even without wanting to be under the radar.
Exactly. I can just... my friend keeps teasing, "You can just go around without wearing a mask. Nobody will recognize you." I'm like, "See, I want to be recognized."
It's every actor's dream.
It's every actor's dream to be recognized. So
no, I think it'll come with due time.
Yeah.
I think one of the movies might end up changing that for you. Where, in fact, when I was leaving home this morning, Mom asked me, and I said, Nidhi, coming in. I took your name, and my cook responded from the kitchen, "Yeah, I know her. Can I come?" I said, "You're not."
How sweet.
So she knows she's
and
watched
you denied her from coming. One person who recognized me.
You dug your own grave now.
One person who recognized me, and you're like, "No."
So her name is Netra. Netra was like, "Adarsh, ನಾನು ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ಗೊತ್ತು ನಮಗೆ ನಿಧಿ ಹೆಗ್ಡೆ ಗೊತ್ತು." I said, ಇಲ್ಲ allowed ಇಲ್ಲ. So she stays nearby only. So she's been saying, when all these actresses come, why don't you
call her once.
Tell me, I'll come say hi. She's really pissed off now.
No. I'm in Zen mode right now.
No, but she did. She was very happy that you're coming on here.
That's nice.
But it's nice, yeah. I mean, this was nice. You've been yourself, I think. Even with all the diplomacy that came with it, but that's who you are. And as much as I'm joking about it, I still respect that you spoke about everything that I asked you. Thank you for
in
that.
the most diplomatic manner possible.
That's okay. So. Who are you dating?
Sure.
I'm just trying.
Myself.
In the last minute.
I'm all about self-care and self-love.
Which actor has hit on you? Has an actor hit on you? What lies, dude? I'm not asking you the name.
No,
Has an actor on set hit on you?
No.
What lies?
Maybe they did and I'm very dumb enough not to understand. I'm like, "Oh, they're being nice." Because they tell, "No, we are all safe." So I'm like, "Oh, they're being nice."
You mastered this, huh? Like, when did we approach her? It's been a while, or what?
What do you think? I'm so jobless that I sit and watch every episode of...
No, just like, how did you even come up with that answer? Okay, nobody's hit on you on set.
So I can't have a sense of humor.
You can.
What do you...
You are alone on this, my friend.
Clearly.
You're like, how dare you come up with something?
Yeah. Like, I'm the interview. I thought I was smart, dude. Like, I think, really, I feel like I failed today. I couldn't even get a controversy out.
So
I
sad.
couldn't get a name of a fellow actor who hit on you. Okay, is there someone in the DM, an actor who's trying to hit on you? That also she's not.
I don't reply. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not a person who replies.
There's probably someone trying to flirt with her, but she hasn't replied.
Yeah, I don't reply. I forget to reply to go back to the messages. I'll have some 300 unread messages on WhatsApp. So I'm a very If I'm single, it's because of me. I'm the reason. I'm the problem.
I think you'll also make like a, I think if I had like a co-host chair and I was interviewing another actress, I think you'll help me get out stuff from people.
No, I'm nice like that. I believe in karma. Yeah.
Oh, you believe in karma?
Yeah.
We can talk about that after the episode.
Believe in karma. I want to be good. Be good, do good.
Nidhi, this was awesome, yeah. I mean, I really wish, as much as we laughed about some of the things that didn't come your way, I know what that feels like, but I think you've very clearly made peace with what you've got and what you've not got. And I think a lot of people spend a lot of time until they reach that place in their lives, if I may say that. And it does feel like, as much as there's a new wave for the industry, I feel like there is a new wave coming for you as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, with the way things have gone and with the projects that you want to work on now. So you never know. I think in a short span things may look very different for you.
Hopefully.
Yeah, and we'll be there in the theaters and we'll recognize you for sure.
Thank
we
you.
Won't get we won't look past you, that's for sure.
One place they just came to the director, the actors have done a good job and they left. I'm standing right there. I'm like, alright, tell me also. No, I want some
Tell me on my
validation.
face.
Tell me on my face. Yeah, I'll work on that.
Yeah.
Something, I'll stay more relevant on social media maybe.
No, I think that's okay. Yeah. I think you've done some really brilliant work on screen. Anybody who sees it will know that this is as authentic as an actor can get. So I think you just got to continue doing that and people will come. You said it, like, do good work. The audience will show up. And if they don't recognize you, that's a different thing. But I think the movies will still do well. And congrats on all your successes.
Thank you.
I really feel that when there's genuine effort, it does pay off. And I don't see any impatience. I think a lot of people are impatient today. I feel you're patient.
Because I'm a 90s kid, no? Like you said, we know what it is.
True.
I know what it is to wait for a photograph because my dad shot it in reel. So I'm okay with it.
I know what it is to wait for a photograph. That's a very 90s dialogue. Yeah, things have changed so much, and things are going to continue to change. I think in the next 5 years, the scene is going to look so different. Like even this form of media that we're doing now, sitting, doing this interview, putting out reels, I think it's really going to look very different in 5 years. So all the best, Nidhi. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for calling.
With all your projects, I really hope you get the roles that allow you to, play characters that you want to play.
Yes.
I
want to play happy characters. All my characters are sad.
Yeah. It'll come through. Through with due time. I think that's pretty much it. All I want to say at the last is we'll be there not just supporting you, but we want to document the journey as much as possible. So do remember us as you go on in your journey.
I love the work you're doing, the kind of people you call on your podcast from different walks of life.
I think there's no barrier to art.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Everything is...
It's very informative at the same time.
Glad.
And fun and informative.
So make us your... we want to be that one-stop shop for documenting it in the realistic way as possible. I think if you can just let us know once in a year or two, we'd want to have you back. Definitely. Just talk about how things have been and how things have changed.
I'll talk about how beautiful the industry has been. I'm manifesting it.
It. And maybe next time you will tell us who's the co-star who hit on you.
If I understand at that time when I'm sitting in, I'll definitely tell. Yeah.
There you go. This was Nidhi for y'all. And it was quite a conversation. I feel I was in the spotlight more today.
Why did you feel that?
I feel like you're constantly like 24/7 analyzing everything, and you're also analyzing the conversation, which I'm usually able to like, read what's going on in the person's mind fully. Very hard to read what's going on in your mind. And that's not, it's really very hard. Has someone told you that?
Yeah, they tell me in a weird way, you're intimidating. I feel very scared. I'm like, I'm so sorry. You put it across nicely.
Yeah, you're not intimidating, you're sweet. But it's very hard to say everything that's going on in your mind, which is...
I love it.
Very mysterious.
I love it. Yeah.
Anyway, if you watched till here, if you enjoyed this episode, let us know. We absolutely had a great time, as always. And we'll see you on the next one. See you.